You can really tell I'm into a smartphone when a few things happen. The main one, and the one that I really shouldn't be doing, is never talking about it because I'm simply too busy using it. So I'm doing my best not to be too late when it comes to this here OPPO Find X9 Ultra. I thought that this was going to be more of a week one or a more comprehensive video, but honestly the camera on this phone has been such a delight that I'm mainly showing what I captured using this phone. And on that note, the second way that you know I'm really into a phone and its camera is that I really start figuring out the different ways that I can use and enjoy it, mainly by finding the tools that will make great experiences happen. So cue me figuring out how to get MagSafe accessories to play well with the Ultra so that I can use tripods or mounts or even certain game controllers on here, and I'll talk a little bit about those tools more later. And the final way that you know I'm into a phone? When it's customized to look the way I want it to, right down to installing third-party launchers and using video wallpapers to show off my current obsessions. Clearly I'm playing Pragmata right now and I am really enjoying it. It's a shame that it's a bit too new and a bit too intense for playing on this otherwise really capable smartphone for things like Steam game porting. Oh well, Slay the Spire 2 is still a go-to when gaming on my phones these days anyway, and I have been doing it on this OPPO Find X9 Ultra. So I took this phone with me on a quick trip across the pond to London, where my partner and I actually got together to hang out with fellow tech creator Danny Wingett and his wife. They very graciously invited us to join them for a fun concert that I would have never thought I'd attend even just a few years ago. Let's just say nostalgia hits really hard, but when it hits right, it's one of the best feelings. In order to get myself maybe reacquainted with the music we were going to be vibing to in this time capsule of a concert, the Ultra did well as a media consumption device during the long flights to London. Now, I did opt for OPPO's other home run of a phone, the foldable Find N6, as I did already have my Spotify playlists ready to go for musical distractions on the way there, and it worked well for all of that in the background while I played Slay the Spire 2 in the foreground. Multitasking might not be quite as sublime on a more traditional bar phone like this Ultra compared to OPPO's own Find N6, but it was more than enough for keeping me company during those waking hours on the plane. We made it. And while I was in London leading up to the main events, well, it was good to bring the OPPO Find X9 Ultra along for the ride, and now in the region that it is finally reaching after Ultra phones previously were not global releases. No doubt that the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 would support me in any of my searches for good places to get coffee or tea, good restaurants for us to eat at, or any other inquiries that I might have while trudging around places like the Tower of London. I wasn't wanting for pretty much anything in my day-to-day needs, with Google Maps making up the bulk of my time on the phone, aside from using the camera for this camera test. And with all of the architecture that a place like London touts, the zooms on the Ultra were getting put to good use. I'm not quite one to really zoom into the fine details of a building usually, but I certainly had the reach if I ever did want to do that. No, most of the time I found myself around the 3x mark for optimal framing. Maybe I was on the ultra wide for fitting more in the frame despite any potential distortion in the edges, and I stayed on the ultra wide for some classic vlogging. Now what really impressed me about the camera on the OPPO Find X9 Ultra at this juncture is how well it was performing in video with either of the telephoto lenses, making it easy for me to play with foreground and background elements, which you'll be hearing me say a lot in this video. Low-light shooting, or at least lower light scenarios like inside of some of the rooms in the Tower of London, did push the sensors a bit. While the main sensor does pretty well in these situations, there are varying degrees of software intervention to make sure that the final results look alright. You can usually see the change when taking a picture and then opening up the gallery right away, with the raw hardware capture eventually morphing into something usually satisfying. If anything, an Ultra phone with this level of hardware should be able to close on almost any photography scenario, and I had no such doubts while using it as my primary camera during a decidedly touristy jaunt through the Tower of London. I only wish that they would let us use cameras in the key portion of the tower where the crown jewels were held and presented. I will tell you though that the crown jewel of my time with the Find X9 Ultra in London was definitely once we found ourselves at the concert in question. Yep, it was a 25th anniversary performance of the entire first album by Craig David, Born to Do It. Yeah, so Fill Me In, Walking Away, 7 Days, all were on the set list for this special event in a packed Hammersmith Apollo that had all the vibes this elder millennial needed. And while the venue wasn't like humongous and I wasn't super far away, 10x zoom was on deck to make me feel like I had a front row seat, all built into the phone. Viewers of my or my close colleagues' channels will probably know that in the OPPO Find X9 Pro, which came before this, 10x zoom was achieved with a teleconverter that would have made for a great concert phone combo if a dozen random people weren't all using them at the Lady Gaga concert, which was enough of a red flag that we were all told to put them away. But this time we have the 10x zoom all built right in, and that basically makes this the actual best concert phone that I've ever used so far. Consider the 10x zoom video that I'm showing off here. Fan cams for upcoming K-pop concerts would be a cinch for phones like this. But for now, it's memories of a concert that brought back nothing but memories. If I wasn't already convinced of my true appreciation of this phone, this scenario really solidified it. I do want to give my thanks again to the homies Holly and Danny Wingett for having us with them on what amounted to one of the most extra double dates ever. The best part? Even after all of that picture and video taking, there was still plenty of battery life to spare for us to order our Ubers to get back home. Fast forward about a week or so, and the Find X9 Ultra continues to be my go-to for all of the daily work and play that I get into, especially for all of the social media scrolling during the night when I really should be sleeping. Comfortable play on this phone would be achieved with MagSafe compatible accessories, for which I had to get a little bit creative. snaps come with a magnet sticker that I actually had to put right on the phone since the phone didn't come with a case in the box, which is a rarity for OPPO actually. All of that fun would change up a bit with the arrival of the Hasselblad Explorer kit, which includes a Bluetooth connected camera grip case that would add a shutter button, a volume rocker, adapter rings for things like ND filters, and yeah, this monstrosity. Yeah, they really upped the ante on this one, huh? This right here is the 300mm teleconverter, which translates to something like 13 times zoom and subsequent cropping in the 200-megapixel 3x telephoto sensor. I really hope all of those numbers made sense. I'll show off a few pictures and videos from this monstrosity of a zoom lens in a bit, but for now, it was all about getting the OSnap adapter off the phone and moving on to the camera case. And I quite like this one. I mean, not only does it give it a very nice look and a little bit of a grip that honestly could be a little bit more substantial if you ask me, it still provides a little bit more of a tactile feel, complete with the shutter button and the zoom wheel. It is a Bluetooth case, however, so you will have to charge it if it ever runs out of battery. And unlike some of the other grips that might be out there, it does not pass any of its battery into the phone for extra charge. That being said, it still provides the ability to add in not just the ND filter that's here, but that particular adapter actually has the tripod mount. Many of the other grips that I've seen with other smartphones and whatnot don't necessarily have a tripod mount. This actually is a little bit of a game changer if you're going to use something like this for all of your content creation. The only thing though is that by having that tripod mount down there, it's a little bit hard to put variable ND filters on here, which is why I had to go and get this one, a fixed ND8 filter that would fit on here. Perfect example actually presented itself. You have a little bit of wildlife here at the Huntington Gardens, and usually you don't want to get very close to them. 10 times zoom comes in for the win there. And throughout my time using this phone, I couldn't help but think that I've kind of felt all of this before, or that we've been here before. As a matter of fact, we have, because back in the day, OPPO created a phone where the term 10 times zoom was literally in the name. It was an old OPPO Reno phone that I got to test out on an incredible trip out to Japan, and I will forever be grateful for that trip. It was also at that time that I realized that zooms can be a ton of fun. Going from 10 times and beyond, maybe not usually at the insane amounts that the 300 millimeter teleconverter provides, but still having that amount of zoom is really good to have in situations where you realize you want to get close to something, or you want to have foreground and background elements, and you just want to play around with your composition. There are some real practical use cases for those kinds of lenses, like concerts, like scenery, and in the case of that old OPPO Reno, a great shot of Mount Fuji that I still cherish to this day. And now look at where we are. We have all of this great hardware, the technology has gotten even better, and now 10 times zoom is back in the case of this Ultra. How insane is this? What you're looking at here is the new teleconverter that, well, if OPPO is going to put 10 times into the phone, they might as well go ham on the actual, well, tube of metal and glass that will get you even farther. This is the Lumo 300 millimeter, my goodness. And I think in this Chinese garden here, we might have the perfect opportunity to just zoom in on some pretty fine details. Just to give you a glimpse into the ridiculousness of this teleconverter, look at how it covers up like half the frame when you're in the ultra wide. And if you zoom in a little bit, it's right above, right there. And what we're going to do is just zoom into that area over there. This teleconverter is certifiably insane. Does it produce some really great results? Honestly, yes, especially since we have all of these like foreground and background elements to play with. I can get really far out there and still have incredible quality because it is utilizing that 200 megapixel sensor up there in order to achieve even more cropping that ends up looking better than if you were just cropping into the 10 times 50 megapixel sensor itself. That's a lot of numbers, but basically it is able to provide some really great results. And with the little vantage point that I have over here, the fact that I can get some nice photos and videos of, let's say, the architecture around me, or even of people, and of course of the geese or the ducks that might be around, just from this one spot, that's pretty great. I don't have to worry about actually getting closer because this gets me there. But I did leave the teleconverter for the end of this video simply because it has the same kind of issue that I had with the 10 times teleconverter with the Pro. It's just not all that practical. It's not something that I would find myself using too often when what is already in the phone does a pretty great job already. I do enjoy using it, but I just don't know if I would be allowed in a lot of places, much less a concert like you saw earlier with something like this. That was the issue with the 10 times teleconverter last time. And if I bring this to, like, let's say an upcoming BTS concert, I know I'm gonna get stopped. I don't know, maybe concerts in Asia or other parts in Europe would work out since they tend to have more lax security. But with all that said, this does make the phone a great option for people who are into more specialized hobbies like super far landscape photography or birding. Having the 10 times zoom already in the phone propels the phone into plenty more scenarios already, and I think that it will be what I rely on for upcoming events and BTS concerts that I'll be attending. So you can look forward to content from, well, this phone and similar ones, let's say, from those events on my social media by following me on all of the platforms. Just a couple of notes before I wrap this video up. I mentioned at the beginning of it that it's the combination of tools and ingredients that really make for a, let's not call it perfect experience, but a very good one. And that's exactly what I've been feeling with this OPPO Find X9 Ultra. Almost said Pro there. But it usually does come down to all of the tools. So the 2-hour visit that I just had at the Huntington, getting a lot of really great shots and videos. Obviously, a whole lot of the accessories are provided straight from OPPO, including the Hasselblad Explorer kit with the 300 millimeter teleconverter, that huge tube of metal and glass. But it's also just a few of the extras that I added onto here. Like, for example, right here, as I'm getting this talking headshot, I'm actually using the Insta360 snap up as a little monitor so that I can actually see myself and frame up properly. I was able to get that attached to the phone using a clamp that then converts into a MagSafe mount. And these clamps with the MagSafe on the back, I feel like they should be way more common in all honesty. That would make it so that little screens like this could actually be used for everything. And also you can connect any MagSafe accessory to any phone, even if it itself doesn't have the magnets like the OPPO doesn't. Ultra might be a term that makes more sense than ever in the OPPO Find X9 Ultra. And whether you want to call this peak smartphone or just the most full-featured package so far is up to you. For me, as a content creator by trade, this phone has checked so many boxes that it's easily top 3 to reach for in my daily driver rotation. And when experiences with something make them more memorable, I think the Find X9 Ultra captured a bit of that old Reno 10x zoom vibe that makes me reminisce from time to time. Only this time, those vibes reach farther than ever. Okay, from there though, I'm going to go ahead and call it on this one after all of this craziness with what OPPO calls their Ultra smartphone, and I do believe them. I'm going to go ahead and call it on this one. Feel free to sound off in the comments downstairs. Thank you so much for pouring one out with me again today. Please take care of yourselves and each other, and enjoy your tea, everybody.